So this is my final project. I'm going to try something a little different rather than just kind of sitting in my home office or my room or whatever doing this video recording. I'm going to do it while I take my nightly stroll around the neighborhood. I try to get out when the weather's at least as decent as it is, and I know you're not from the area, but here in Wisconsin, to not have snow at this time of year and maybe even seeing negative temperatures, negative degrees, it's pretty rare, so I gotta take advantage of it. And I just wanted to get out of the house, so I thought that would be a good time to make this video. Hopefully the cars don't interrupt too much, and I'll try to pause for those, but this street here is usually pretty quiet. So so to kind of summarize the things that I've learned about myself in this leadership class this semester, I'd say one of the most important analysis that was done for me in my growth is the emotional intelligence modules in that chapter, in that section. I can't quite think of off the top of my head which chapters that was in, but doing those insight tests really made me understand that yes, I'm aware of when my emotions go awry, but not quite as aware as how to kind of minimize the collateral damage that happens. That, sometimes I'm not always aware of how my emotions are affecting people around me, in their view of me, their opinion of me and who I am as a person. So that one goes along with the self-awareness that we talked about most recently here. Just being aware of what my actions are doing to people around me and their perception of me. Being more aware of that and going forward in the future, it's even things that culturally speaking might be acceptable to me, or even on a personal level, things that I might deem acceptable and completely harmless could be offensive to other people in other cultures. So I have to be aware that all of my actions have a meaning to them, and I need to learn to kind of be a little more, I just need to be more aware about it. So, I realized one day, there was just a day where I realized, hey, when I go to class kind of upset and cranky because I'm tired and hungry or whatever the reason may be, that affects people around me, and that affects the way the class goes and all those things, just in a weird dynamic. So I need to be more positive, and really there was a lot of discoveries I had about myself in this class, actually, and it was pretty cool. I like this type of stuff. We don't get to do too much of this in our program, because a lot of it's more based on simple engineering stuff like mathematics and calculus and physics and structural engineering and all these weird things. So we don't get too much of the social aspect. And like I said in my presentation, I originally did want to be a social worker, but just didn't see the money in it. And I found this as an avenue to kind of fulfill that destiny and still make money and still do something I'm good at that my family's done for years. So that's how I got to where I'm at. I do hope to continue my education, taking the LSAT exam on January 12th, so trying to study for that in my spare time, which I don't get much of, taking 20 credits and having a baby and Christmas. But now that this semester's coming to an end, this is the last project that I have to complete. This video recording is the last part of this project. The writing is done. Everything else I've done, so happy to be moving on from this semester and looking forward to next semester. Hopefully graduation. Hopefully continue to grow my leadership experience. One of the books that I've read in the past that really helped me grow was called Extreme Leadership by Joko Willink, I think is how you say his last name. He's an ex-Navy SEAL, just a really outstanding guy as far as what he's achieved in the Navy SEALs and in the military, and then came home and started helping people operate their businesses, showing them this idea of extreme leadership that they have developed in the military, about every man is responsible for every little detail of the project. And I've used that in my capstone project. I've used that in any group project I've had. It works well, and I got to learn how to help others grab hold of that idea if that's how I feel I want to operate. So I've learned that too. So I can't just manage a thing and then not speak up and say how I'm doing things and expect everybody else to be on that same wavelength as me. So that's part of that awareness. And another book that I look forward to reading is, I can't think of the lady's name, but she was the first ever woman pilot in the United States Air Force, I believe it is, to drive a fighter jet. So she's driving a fighter jet, and it's Fearless Leadership is the name of the book. Can't think of her name offhand, but I do have the book at home already, just waiting for a break and a time to read it. So that is something I will do to continue my leadership growth, is continue to read these books that I like. Read those again. Read the ones that I know are out there that I want to learn from. I'm open to suggestions. I'll be looking forward to your comments on this video and on my projects. So if you have any books that you think you might suggest for me, definitely love to hear them, and I'll order them and I will read them, or at least get to listen to them in the car sometime. So I appreciate you taking the risk in coming to the great state of Wisconsin to give us an education. I'm walking by now one of the Marshfield hospitals. This is the main Marshfield hospital. You'll hear about this now that you're in the area. This is a popular hospital, but thank you for coming here and taking this risk and this exciting new adventure to teach us, and I wish you the best. I know you'll do good. You care about people, so that's the most important thing. And it was a pleasure knowing you, and yeah, thank you.